The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Monday, the 25th of August. Remember, the Tiger Technicians Hour comes up after Tommy O'Brien does his morning market kickoff, 9 o'clock. So let's look at the market right now. We're looking at the E-mini, which has just gone to a 1-minute peak D and the 5-minute peak D, but there's still only a leg C in the 10 minutes. So this is going to be very interesting. Now, let me do a couple of things. I'll run the numbers, and then we'll do an analysis. Right now, the Dow is down 164 at 45,466, below the 45,757 all-time high made on Friday. The notation, let's forget all notations right now. Absolutely a fantastic move to an all-time high. Weekly chart broke out. It is in an area that is complicit with very good positives. That's the weekly chart. Daily chart, of course, is doing that. Weekly chart is confirming. The monthly chart has 2 out of 3. Yep, right there, 80%. So it's 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say it's 1 out of. Yes. Only the stochastic. No, that's at 80%. So MACD is just about to, just crossed positive. Isn't that interesting? Things changed this morning even. So all the technicals in the monthly chart are very good. So there's nothing technically wrong other than to say, gee, it looks a little overbought. But that looking overbought doesn't mean to say it's overbought. It's just looking overbought. Look at the S&P. The S&P did not, unlike the Dow, which went to an all-time high on Friday, the S&P couldn't quite muster that strength. So it stalled at the 64.81 was the high. I have to just double check this because it's very close. 64.81 was the high on the 15th of August, and 64.78. 69, 3 points lower on Friday, and today it's a little bit lower down, 9 at 64.58. The weekly chart made a peak D, even though it was by 3 points, made a peak D on Friday. But here the technicals are also very, very strong, as are the monthly. Yep, just glancing through it, monthly chart technicals are very strong. The QQQ, which now the QQQ has a little bit of everything. And it does include the semiconductors, which we're struggling a little bit. So the QQQ is down 20 cents. This is the Index 100, NDX. Oh, no, okay. Don't tell me that I haven't got the notation. How many thousand times have I done it? Well, I do have it for the composite. That's the broad 2,000 or more stock. That is the NASDAQ Composite Index. That's trading up 15 at 21,511. And that was, I'm calling it, I have to still call it an alternate count, G/A at the all-time high that was made right there at 21,000, let's see, 893. No, 21,803.75. And look, the most important thing I can do right now is just grab the upper wicks of the candles and say, "Ooh, look at that! Just about to take out the upper level." All right, let's go back to the QQQ 1, 2, 3, and that has the channel. It's nicked it on Friday, but it didn't close above it, and today's testing it right now, down 46 cents at 571. This is the 100. All right, the Index 100, QQQ Invesco Trust Series. Let's go to the SMHs. SMH right now is trading up 65. It turned a little negative action into positive action, 294.24. Now I can do the same thing. It's not one of the nicer patterns because of the steepness of the pullback, but it has all the composites that we look for, lower highs, much lower lows, turning around. Now, if the semiconductors can break not above today's high so far, which is 294.48, but Friday's high of 296.36, if it can break, I'd like to have it a point higher. So if we can get to the 297 area, that'll be really positive if we can do that in the next day or two, and preferably without taking out the low today is 292. Let's just say 291. If it doesn't take out 291, that's a positive. Now, this is going to be important because it takes in, I like to do this on a Monday. We go through all these different indices. So the XLK has an alternate G/C at the top at 270, 270.05 on the 13th, pulls back sharply, and now it's struggling a little bit, down 5 cents at 262.36, and this is the S&P Select Tech Spider Fund. It broke the, let me just get rid of that because the Fibonacci is not, that one's not relevant. This is an F/A in the monthly chart, a peak C, a leg C in the, here we go, leg C in the weekly chart, and no, it's a peak C because last week I didn't see the little dot there. The last week was a lower high, so we're watching to see a little consolidation here in the XLK, which is the S&P Select Tiger Spider Fund. IGV is this is the iShares Expanded Tech Software, leg E in the, I don't know if it's going to make a peak. Yeah, it might make a peak E in the monthly chart. Will it get to 114.83 by Friday afternoon at 4? It's only at 106 right now, 106.91. That's going to be an issue. Peak D in the weekly chart. Technicals are quite good. The MACD's turned negative. The 9-period moving average is above the 14-period moving average. The stochastic's way down at 58, and the unbalanced volume is pulled back. Relative strength has started to pull back. Whoa, this is going to be very interesting. And at this particular point, we've got 140.83, a peak E on the 29th of July. So you see, I'm trying to show you something here that I think is very important, because if you look, here's Caterpillar. Caterpillar had a huge session on Friday, almost got to the 433.68 high of the beginning of August after pulling back to the about 409 area. And this is telling me that there's a rotation that's going on, because why? Now we can go to the IWM, the Russell 2000, and say, after that spectacular move on Friday, going from basically the 225s on Thursday, ho-hum, and then out of the blue, you spiral up to a high of 236. Let me give you the exact figure. 235.42. I may as well put that in, 235.42. That's the rotation we're talking about. Now, I did not do this for subscribers, but I am looking at it very closely. If you look at the relationship of the S&P, the 500, to the much broader 2,000 iShares small caps, and you look at the XLF, this is the financials, the select financials, going to an all-time high on Friday, just sneaking above, going to a peak, a leg D in the daily, a leg D in the weekly. And look at this, the KRE, this is the regional banks, holding quite nicely today, down 19 cents. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out, like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back. So we just wanted to finish up that. I'll go quickly here. So the gold is down a fraction. It's unchanged basically, but look what happened. It went to the inside track propellant zone. It's rallied. We haven't got the 9-period moving average yet, crossing above the 14, but we're in the rectangle. We've gone from the low end to the upper end to the lower end, but we are making slightly higher lows, and that's important, but it's basically in a rectangle formation. If you go to the GDX, that's a little different. That's up 41 cents at 60.59, doing really nicely. Remember, I spent a bunch of time over the last couple of weeks saying in the Chapman Wave, this technique called the inside track, right here. This is the propellant zone. We went to test that green line and pink line, the little narrow, this is right there, the narrow channel. And what happened is we took 2 weeks and then it plunged. It took 2 weeks again for that peak deep, pull back. And I had said, if this week we hold and we don't have a sharp move down, instead we break above the green line, that's really positive. And look what we've done. We've done that. This is very positive. Leg F in the monthly chart, 66.98 is the actual target I have for this whole phase of the up move. We'll see if that's going to be. That was the high of September of 2011. Let's go to silver. Silver right now is trading up. It was. Now it's down 16 cents. 38.89. I've got this as a leg B in the daily chart. It's still a peak C in the weekly chart, but wait a minute. We've got a difference here between the SLV. Well, that's the silver chart. So this is already an inside brand new buy signal because the MACD crossed positive. 9's good. So this is A. This is a B. And this is a C. Yeah, that's very nice action. Looks to me like the silver, that's the iShares Silver Trust. It's looking to try and test the high that was made on the 23rd of July, 35.91. But most importantly, the 34.80 area is near-term support. Let's go on. We want to get a high-grade copper. rallying a little bit. Now, if I could get rid of this bar, let me just see if I can do that. Let me just move this across like that. There you go. So if I can do that, so this is peak A, peak B, peak C. After that massive slide, I've still not quite figured out what it was. I know it was the futures, but still. You have to see a move above 4.55. That was the high of the 13th. You go to 0.34, and now you're starting to look at a D. But look at the distance between the pink 9-period moving average and the black 14-period moving average. Yet the MACD is cross positive. The stochastic's improving a little bit, and on-balance volume's good. So I'm watching copper quite closely. It's very hard to use copper now because of this sharp plunge. So let's look at SECO. Nice action. It's up 44 cents at 97.98. It's got to hold 90. Yeah, I'd say 96.20 to 95.80 would be near-term support. If it's able to get to 99.30. It's so close to the 100th. That's going to be very important this week. What did I want to do? I looked at, I did that. I'm going to go to those questions in a moment. And I'm going to also look at, okay. So I needed just to hold it for 1 second as I regained my thoughts. So we did the copper. Oh, bonds. That's right. TLT right now is down 37 cents at 86.67. So the TBT is rallying. This is a very interesting phase we're in. For instance, the whole thing with the yields, it's really not conclusive. If you're looking at the chart, the chart says it could be a dreaded H pattern in the weekly chart of the TBT, which is the ultra short T-bond. This is basically the yields coming down, and the 9-period moving average turned pink, but it's not really turning down very much. So it's a work in progress. And if you look, if you think about what's going on with Putin, that's not going to be easy. So I can see some things on the horizon here that just start to create a little bit of a flurry, a little hesitation. So I'm watching it very closely. That's why I would like a pullback to be able to get into some new positions over the next day or two. But if certain things move without us, I'm going to have to climb on board. And that's just, I don't mind doing it because it's showing that it's got strength, and that's going to be important. Now, let me just do another thing right now. Okay, so let me go to I wrote it down. CVM, I think it is CVM. Dan wanted to know, that's a nice breakout today. Remember, we drew this in. I said rectangle formation basically looks like a channel that's going to see the upside broken, and it was today. So this is CVM, is sell-ski core, does head and neck. That's the specialty. Leg C in the weekly chart. Oh man, don't even look at the monthly. Monthly is just terrible, but it is improving a little bit. But the daily charts are really good. This is a brand new buy. I'm going to put this as a brand new buy signal to buy mode in this cup formation. And upside down. You can't have an up arrow down. It has to be up, right? Yep, there it is. So this is very nice action. Okay, so the next level is to get into this wick. Not necessarily the whole candle, but just to start. Look, the low of this candle of the 21st of Feb, of this year at 11.42 with a high of 20.41. That's a big move. 11.42. Today's high is 10.99. We're almost there. Once we can start getting into this, all of a sudden, this particular chart is something to look forward to as upside action. But most importantly, what we're looking at is this particular candle. I can go to last week. Last week's support was at 804. I'm not going to say 804. I'm going to say it's at 10.90 right now, up $1.22, up 12%. Very nice action. I'm going to make the support 1220 to 987. Okay. Next question came in. So that was a very good run to the upside. Next question came in asking about ARGX. So I was going to do this on Friday, then I thought I'd do it on Monday, then I thought I'd do it maybe a little later in the week. I have a list of these biotech stocks. A lot of them are micro biotechs, only in price. Argenx SAADS, antibody therapies, rare autoimmune, making, I don't know if this is an all-time high. Yes, all-time high. As we speak, trading at 694.60, up 34, up 5% for a stock this pricey. Look, leg B in the weekly chart. I've got this as an alternate count, G/B. Now, isn't it interesting because the one we looked at a moment ago, CVM, and this one had this kind of cup formation breakout. This one, I'm more inclined to think G/B because the MACD hasn't yet crossed positive and the stochastic is still down at 50%, and the CVM, look, also has this kind of cup formation with a breakout. Yeah, I feel much more comfortable saying that this is leg C. So let me go back to ARGX, I think that's what it was. Yeah, and I will just say that it's a big gap up today. So the whole area of 680 is trading at 693. 687 to 680 over this whole week, that's going to be really important support to hold. Dow is down 191. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Kickstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Kickstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Yes, so let me just have a look here. That was, so yeah, Dan, IMRX, also the same thing, Immuneering Company. I had this notated once before. I remember that because I thought, oh, interesting name. Immuneering, so obviously doing something, work with immunization. Leg B in the monthly chart, horrible monthly chart, but just starting to improve. Weekly chart is much, much better, leg E. And the daily chart is just broken out to a new leg B at $5.54, up 65 cents, up 13%. These biotechs, when they're little mini ones, when there's, as Tommy always likes to say, don't be deceived by low-price stocks having big percentage gains, but this is pretty darn good. Okay, next question was SoFi. You know, this is one that I followed forever. It brought it to my attention. Well, I'd followed it for ages, but in the Dan Fletcher, you often spoken about it, got in very early. SoFi Technologies, Inc., online banking, financial solutions, student loans, breaking out to an all-time, I believe this is an all-time high this month. Yep, there it is. Outstanding action. But I don't think it's so much, the chart is following what they say, and that's really interesting because they are attempting to be cutting edge in many areas. So SoFi is a symbol, it's SOFI, trading at 26.07, up $1.06, up 4.25%. This is a leg D, nice breakout from the rectangle formation. That was a peak G right there at 25.11. That was back in late July, and then it starts a brand new move in the rectangle formation. And the rule of thumb is, in a rectangle formation, if the price starts to make higher highs and higher lows, then there's a good chance it's going to go to just under, right on, or just above the previous high in the rectangle formation, and that would be 25.11, which is exactly what it did on Friday. It went to leg D at 25.25. So that was the clue to say, okay, at any point from here, if it pulls back to halfway into the rectangle and closes below that number, in this case, if it closed below 23, there's a real good chance it goes towards the lower end of the rectangle. But if it holds very well, it can go higher, and now it's gone higher. This is really good action. Congratulations. And, the way I'm looking at it, even though it's leg D in the monthly chart, leg E in the weekly chart, could be an instant restart, and leg D in the daily, I think that this is one of those. I had one today for subscribers that I wanted to pull back. It didn't pull back. In fact, it pulled back a little bit. It actually would have got to a level that I would have started, but I thought, no, I want it deeper, lower down, because I want to have a really good base of support. Well, it didn't pull back. Instead, it's running very nicely, very nicely. I like it, and now and this was a bit of a test for me, and I'm putting SoFi in this category. There are certain stocks in this environment right now that are not stocks that. How can I put this? You can expect pullbacks, but in a sense, these are leaders of sectors. And in this particular case, I think SoFi is a leader. The chart itself, online banking, financial solutions, student loans, I think it's in an area that's really important. And it seems like the market is accepting that as well. So this is one of those where, and maybe tomorrow I'm just going to have to dive in. Maybe I have a split position on the one that we missed today because I like what it's doing. It's really important. It's a leader in its category. I spent some time when I did my video over the weekend showing which ones that I thought were leading in certain sectors. So, yeah. So, okay, next question came in. Kweb, Kweb. Kweb is the online, here we go. This is a Chinese internet online, or just the sort of called an internet. Leg D in the weekly chart, another cup formation breakout. Leg D in the weekly, there's a daily D, a weekly D. Oh, and almost, if it can get above this week, if it can go to 39.18, 1 penny above the high of October of last year, that starts the leg D, and today's high is 39.14. 39.14. Yeah, 39.17, 39.18. It's got, Just got a fraction to go, yeah, right? And that means could even be today or the next day. Starts today. Chinese internet doing very, very nicely. So I'll do FXI right now because that usually they go together. Leg D in the monthly chart. How many Ds have we got? Leg D in the weekly chart and leg D in the daily. Unbelievable. Okay, and this always says, you're getting all these Ds. Last time you got D right then in July, you pull back from the 39s down to the 36s. That's 10%. So you got to be ready maybe for some kind of a pullback. I'm preparing that this is an area that maybe we don't look at the short side, which is what I often do. We look to be buying. That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know if I'm going to be correct. Here's the other thing. Look at the way GE is acting. GE, General Electric, had an all-time high of 281.04 around about the 11th or so of August. Pulls back, hasn't broken down, but it's not able to break out. Even on Friday, it just kind of, it was helps, but it didn't lead. And look at Robinhood, same thing. Robinhood up, down 75 cents at 108.51. Just kind of stuck in a range. Look at Microsoft. And these three are telling me so much about the different sectors of the market. Look, Microsoft can't get out of its own way. Up a whopping 19 cents at 507.42 Friday. It managed to go up about 2-3 points. Not all three of these were all long, and we're looking to add, but not just yet. Okay, so that's I wanted to do that. The question was, Queb, is it a buy now? Who? You want to get me in a leg D on a buy? You see, I think that from the monthly chart, the way it's trying to break out of the rectangle formation, this is the rectangle formation here, says that if, not in August, but in September, it's able to get into this ugly candle. The ugly candle will be the candle of December of 2021, and the high was 45.24. So have a look at this. What we're looking at here is it's walking the 9-period moving average, but it keeps bumping into resistance and then having to test the green line, the 9-period moving average. The MACD is strong. The relative strength, this is the monthly chart, is very strong. Stochastic's not great at 67%. On-balance volume is a little bit overbought. But if you use that to go to is that a brand new buy? I did this. Let me do this right now. This is Queb, Chinese internet. So that's your starting point. Yeah. Always try to identify the lowest low bar. You want to do your count and then find that you actually made a lower low on the left. So this bar cannot be the high. You have to wait for a trough to start the count. There it is. So it goes A, B, C, D, and then a huge E or A, and starts a brand new move. Yes, I like this. So I would say I would consider it as a longer term buy, but I'm gonna throw out the number. It's at 38.76. Wait for the 36.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, a question came up, and it's a very good question. And the question is, Basil, looks like Stevie is ready for a breakout on all time frames. Agree on buying now? Thanks. So let me just do this. So this is Civitas Resources, and it's trading at 34.30, up 82 cents, up 2.46%. Now, this is very interesting. Look, here's the monthly chart. Remember, you always have to go back far enough to know that you've identified the lowest identifiable bar that you can start your wave count. Well, it goes A, B, C, D. This is the monthly chart. Then it has an instant restart, but all you do is you circle it. You say, doesn't mean to say it's going to go to a D, but as long as that 9-period moving average is still strongly over the 14 and the MACD is still strong, just use the alphabetically, just keep it going sequentially. EF goes to a G. Goes to a G at 80, what was that? 84.76. Pulls back sharply. Now, what's my rule of thumb? When you get the move at a DEF or even a G, and you get this very sharp single leg to the downside, and then you start to make higher highs and higher lows, immediately join a rectangle from the top, that was the last flagpole high, to the low bar. And usually I even start to raise that low bar to maybe the first trough, and in this case over there. And what do you have? The rule is that it should start to work its way higher with higher highs and preferably higher lows. And therefore, it should go alphabetically in a stair-step way to A, then a peak B, then a peak C, and it should even go in the same time frame, that's monthly, to the previous high, just under, right on, or just above the previous high. Remember, I've done webinars on narrow rectangles and large rectangles. Well, lo and behold, the MACD is good. Everything's good. It had pulled back and it bounced just briefly to give you another leg D above the previous high, just above. Remember, what did I say? What was the level? It was 84.76. What does it go to? That was 84.76 in, I think it was, that was April. What does it do in, this is 23. What does it do in 2023 in September? It goes to 86.58, just a tad higher. What's the rule of thumb? That if it pulls back and it goes halfway to the rectangle, now the rectangle, full rectangle's there, but I used the 9-period moving average as well. The 9-period moving average was still strong, but once it started to break the halfway marker, which was at about 65, That was a dreaded H pattern. Boom, it goes all the way back down. And what does it do? It goes down to 22, I think it was. Yeah, 22.79 2 years later, April of 2025. Now it's gone to peak A and just squeaked to a leg D. That's the monthly chart. The technicals need a lot of work, but look at the weekly chart. There's your rectangle. It's the exact opposite, right? You plummet down, and then you start to make higher highs and higher lows, and you're going to the upper band where it goes to peak A, B, ABC, and it gets to where's the high that we'll be looking at, this candle right here of 35.35. The high so far, well, today it's gone to 34.44 on last Wednesday, I think it was. Last week, it was 34.49. So the question came in, agree on buying now. I'm going to say, because the 9-period moving average and the week has barely begun, we're just not even an hour and a half into the trading day of the first week, of the week, or the first day. But it has flipped to L, meaning the 9-period moving average is good. The MACD is good. Stochastics at 73%. I'd prefer 80%. The relative strength is good. I'm going to say start your position. Don't get your full position. Start it here. Because you're starting it at 34, I'm going to say, just for the moment, make 31.50. That's a little wider than I normally would do, but make 31.50 your stop for this entry position. I hope that helps you. Now, why am I saying that? Because once Civitas Resources, trading at 34 in the 34s, is able to tag this candle right here, the candle of the week of the 28th of March, with a high of 37.43 and a low of 34.45, both prices are above where we are right now. Once it gets in there, that just suggests that the 9-period moving average is going to strengthen, and that the daily chart could carry you quite a bit further, but it needs to get out of this narrow rectangle that it's been. Not narrow in price because it's a big percentage, but just a long-term sideways pattern. And so it's gone to a peak D once, twice, 3 times. This is almost there. It's at 34.49. Right now the high is 34.44. It needs another 6 cents, and it starts a leg D. Then you've got to be a bit careful. But the way it's done this so consistently, and the weekly chart's starting to improve, I think this is the time that there's a chance that it could break to the upside. So start a position, and I'll follow it again the next day or two. But I'd give it maybe a point and a half at least for now. I hope that helps you. Next question is open. We were looking at that the other day. Oh, isn't this funny? I was at Tanglewood on Saturday. Oh, the BSO, what a fantastic organization. So I had looked at this, and this is called Open Door Tech. Digital platform for real estate, buy and sell homes, iBuying. And I mentioned this, and we're talking about it. And what do I see? A license plate. This older couple, maybe they're my age, I don't know, the older couple in an EV, but just a very modest one, a Kia, I think it was, a SUV. And the license plate is Open Door. Open Door, I say, wow, what a coincidence. We had just been looking at Open Door technology. I have no idea. Maybe they have no relationship at all, but why would he call it Open Door? And then why would he be driving a very modest EV? I would expect that it would be a little fancier than that. All right. Anyway, these are all assumptions. This is leg D. How many Ds today are we looking at? D in the daily. B, only B in the weekly. And this is one of those, I had a couple of real estate stocks that we were looking at in my overview over the weekend on Friday for subscribers. This has got the same rectangle formation at 563. If it can tag 6, that is really important. It hasn't been to 6 is the high that was made. 6.39 was the high the month of August of 2022, 3 years ago, and it's gone sideways. This is improving a lot. Good eye at yellow. Yes. How was Ocha Joy? Ocha Joy was absolutely fabulous. Really good. I didn't know any of the singers, the lead singers. That's the 2 sopranos. It was a soprano, alto, and a tenor and a bass. All fabulous singers. And 3 of them, I think, were foreigners, so they were guests, and they did beautifully. It was very nice. And the conductor wasn't Zubin Mehta, who was 89, and he was ailing, so he didn't do it. And they had the former assistant conductor of the VSO come in to do it. He was good. Lee is his name. Very nice. Okay, we're coming back now. The Dow's down 209. S&P's only down 9. Let's have a look at our E-mini right now. Yes, stuck in a rectangle. Formation starting to move higher. I like this. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Check out my opening call.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. My apologies. Nobody even reminded me. First of all, Open Door, OPEN, up 60 cents at 561. Is up 12.5%. Looks great. So that makes the support in the 510 to around about 487 area. Just for now. And 439 is the 200-period exponential moving average in the weekly chart, and there's a leg B. This is really good action. I need, this one is a little different. I need to see this definitively break the rectangle formation and actually start to trade with this huge green candle continuing into next month. That'll be very impressive. Okay, here's the thing that I forgot. I can't believe it. I always do that. It's just not on my radar. It should be because we own it. I mean, this is nothing to sneeze at. We had a fantastic move in our Bitcoin, and now it's down 4,450 at 12,400. Remember 12,500? I said, watch it closely. So we went under it. We went to 110,655. So let's just look at this and say, I still think that the Bitcoin looking out is very strong. The short term, I'd even say short to maybe intermediate term, maybe going into the mid-September. I think it's choppy. I think it's going to make lower highs and lower lows, but I don't think it's going to break down. It has a lot of support in the 95,000 area is something to monitor, looking out. But just on a very short-term basis, 109 to 110,000. That's kind of the support that needs to hold over the next, I even say 3-4 sessions. So with that, I would also like to say that, so I'm looking at what I believe is working at the moment. And I think that you have to stay with what's working. I'm hesitant to move into areas that say, well, looking out, it should. No, looking in is what I'm looking at right now, because that's what helped us before. We were in the areas, the correct areas, and now we want to try to stay in those areas. So be selective, and I would say be fussy. Be fussy right now. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Check out my opening call daily newsletter, and I will see you. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. Should be a great show as always.